In this video, I'm going to do a couple examples of the non-standard situations where we have a recursive formula or we have something that can be represented with an arithmetic sequence and we want to write the explicit formula for it. As a quick reminder, if we have u sub 0 equals a and u sub n equals u sub n minus 1 plus b, that's equivalent to the explicit formula u sub n equals a plus bn. So we're going to look at this example. This has u sub 1 equals 3 and u sub n equals u sub n minus 8. So we have this plus 8, so we do know its arithmetic sequence, and so we know what our b value is. But here's the rub. This is not a u sub 0, it's a u sub 1. I can only use this formula here if I have u sub 0. So I'll find it. Help me kind of see how I find it. I'm just going to make a quick little table here. I'm going to go n u sub n. And we said when n is 1, I'm at 3. And then I just keep adding 8. So plus 8 is 11. Plus 8 is 19 for 2 and 3. Every time I go down, I add 8. But that means every time I go backwards, I'm subtracting 8. I go backwards, I do the opposite. So if I want to go backwards to 0, I go backwards, I just subtract 8, and I get a negative 5. So while u sub 1 equals 3, and that means that's where we started, for an explicit formula, I need a u sub 0. So my u sub 0, quit moving, my u sub 0, and it's doing that again. There we go. Let's see that. There we go. My u sub 0 is negative 5. And that's my a value. So my explicit formula is going to be u sub n equals a negative 5 plus 8n. So again, we need to sometimes find our u sub 0. Even if the u sub 0 doesn't exist, if it did, what would it be? So for my next example, I'm going to get evil. In this case, I've given you some data. I've given you some n's and some u sub n's. And if you notice right off the bat, I don't even have consecutive numbers. I don't have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm jumping around. So, is this even an arithmetic sequence? If it's not an arithmetic sequence, I'm out of luck. So, not only can I not look at this easily and find out what does b equal, I have no idea what my a value is going to equal. Because I don't know, I know u sub 2, I don't know u sub 0. I don't know my common difference because I'm not going up by 1 each time. So, and I don't know if it is even a common difference because I don't know for sure if it's arithmetic. So I'm going to start off by doing a quick graph to see, is it even one that's going to work? As we draw this graph, and this is just a rough sketch here, I didn't use graph paper because I haven't figured out how to do this with this program yet. But rough sketch here, which I can do pretty quickly, shows me, yeah, it's reasonable to think that this is linear because these points do seem to line up. So how can I work with this and find my common difference? How can I find that starting value? So I'm going to play a little bit with this table. I'm going to switch it down vertically here. And I want a 0, so I'll start with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll just go at this point here, because I know at 2 I'm at 8, and at 6 I'm at 18. And I want to see what am I adding each time. Well, I have those two numbers to start with, and I'm saying I'm going to, let's try to get this not to move on me. That might help. Say I add it once, twice, 3 times, and 4 times. So I'm going to add my common difference 4 times, and I'm going to go from 8 to 18. So this is going to go in total up 10. So I'm going to say, let's take that 10 divided by 4 is going to give me 2.5. So that should give me 10.5, 13, 15.5, and then 18. So that does seem to make sense. If I keep going, 18 would give me 20.5. Oh, you get out of here. And 23. And so it is seeming to work with the rest of the dots. So I'm going to buy that. My B value is 2.5. And now I can go backwards. If I subtract 2.5, I'm going to get 5.5. I subtract 2.5 again, I get 3. So my U sub 0 is 3. So I started at 3 with a common difference, or my rate of change is 5. So my U sub n is going to be 3 plus 2.5n. And there we go.